Dear students, welcome to the C programming class. Okay, in this class we are going to study the another one loop statement. What is the another one loop statement? That is the for loop statement. Okay, in this session you are going to study the for loop statement available in C program. Okay, for loop statement available in C program. Let us revise what we studied in the last class. What we studied in the last class? In the last class, we completed the looping statement. Which looping statements we completed? We completed the while and do while. Correct? Okay, what you completed? You completed the while and the do while statement. Let us write first one simple program for the using the while statement. Which program we will write? We will write the program for addition of the. Let us write one simple program using while statement. What is that program means? Find the sum of sum of even numbers between 1 to 50. Okay, what is our program? Today we are going to write first the program for find the sum of the even numbers between 1 to 50 using while statement. Okay, we will begin the program with the main. This is called what your comment line. Next program begins with the main. Afterwards what you have to do? Opening brace. Next what you have to do? Next, as usual, first you are going to write the declaration. What are the things we needed here? Means one thing is for int I is equal to 0. This is for the reading. Actually, when you are written this, when I is equal to 0, it is called the initialization. What it is called? It is called the initialization. What do you mean by the initialization? Means while declaring the variable, if you are assigning this value to this variable, then it is called a initialization. Okay, and next what I am writing, and I want to add the numbers. No, so here I will take another one variable called sum is equal to 0. Why we have to take the sum is equal to 0 means, usually what happens when you have declared the variable, then the 2 bytes of memory is stored. But in that memory, what happens? Some garbage values are there. What do you mean by the garbage values? Means some unwanted things are present in that variable. Just we are removing that and we are putting it is equal to 0. So for example, what I want to say means, here you think that your room is, you have not opened for 10 to 20 days. Then what happens? It is somewhat dirty. What we are going to do? We are going to clear that room when we are opening. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ? ಓಕೆ, ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಒಂದು ರೂಮನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಮನೆಯನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಸದಿಂದ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ನಾವು ಈ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ನ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲೇನೋ ಒಂದು ಕಸ ಕೂತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಈಕ್ವೇಟ್ ಟು 0. ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ನಾವು ಸಮ್ಮನ್ನು ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಒನ್ ಗುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 0. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್, ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಸಮ್ ಗಾರ್ಬೇಜ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ಅಂದರೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬಂದುಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. 1+2 ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಂದ್ರೆ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅದು, ಬಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ತೋರೋದೇನೋ 45 4000 ಏನೋ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 0 ಅಂತ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ವೆನ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ಎಡಿಷನ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್, it is must, it is not good practice. If you are not written means you are getting some wrong answers. Even though everything is correct, you are getting the some wrong answers. So ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 0 ಅಂತ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ ನಾನು, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅವರ್ my aim is to write the program to find the sum of even numbers between 1 to 50. That means only I have to add the even numbers, correct? So what I am doing here, while here I am writing the test condition. What is the test condition ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಈಗ I is equal to 0 ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಐನ 0 to 50 ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. I is less than or equal to 50. This is called what? The test condition. Okay, this is called what? Your test condition. So opening brace. In the opening brace, what I am doing, I am adding sum is equal to, ಏನೇನು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು, sum plus I. Okay, I am adding the sum plus I. Okay, and next I am going to increment the I value. I is equal to I plus 2 ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. Then semicolon, then I will close this while loop, and in the next what I will do, I am going to print the sum value here. So for printing we have to take printf sum is equal to %d, and where the sum is present, it is present in the sum variable, and close the program. Okay, you see here, this is a one simple program. This program is going to add the numbers between 1 to 50. That too, it is going to add only the even numbers. How we are going to say that? Let us see the analyze. After analyzing, it is clear. Okay, so here what happened? So my main intention is you should understand the concept of initialization, testing condition, and this is called the increment. This is called what? Your increment. These are the important points here. Okay, so here what happens, when you declared I, okay, first I is equal to 0, and next what happens, sum is equal to 0, and it will check the condition while I value is 0. 0 is less than or equal to 50. What is the condition? Condition is true or false? The condition is true. When the condition is true means this is going to execute this block. This is called what? Your while loop block. Okay, what are the statements available in this? This is going to execute. Okay, so here sum is equal to, what happens, you see here, sum is equal to, this is for I is equal to 0 and sum is equal to 0. Sum is equal to, sum is nothing but first initially you have taken sum is equal to 0 plus, what is I value? I value is also equal to 0. Now what is your sum? Sum is equal to 0. And next it is going to execute this statement also. Okay, what is this? I is equal to I plus 2. I is 0 plus 2. Okay, now our I is equal to 2. What happens according to this while statement? Whenever it reaches this end brace, your control once again goes to this while. It checks the condition. Now your I value is equal to, it is taken as 2 because you are incremented here. So now here what happens? I is equal to 2. 2 is less than or equal to 50. Once again the condition is true. When the condition is true, then what happens? This is going to execute these two lines now. Here what happens? Your I is equal to 2. I will take the different one. Here I is equal to 2 and next sum is equal to how much? Sum is equal to 0 only. Correct? So it is how after executing this. Now you see what happens? Sum is equal to sum. Sum is nothing but it is 0 plus what is I? I is equal to 2. Okay. Now your sum is equal to 2. Correct. So our first even number is 2 and that is added. You are going to get sum is equal to 2. Next what happens? I is incremented. Now your I is equal to, before the I is equal to 2. Next I is equal to 2 plus 2, that is equal to 4. Now our I value is equal to 4. Here what happens? Once again it reaches this end of the loop. Control goes here once again. It checks. Okay, what is your I value now? Here I value is equal to 4. This 4 is less than or equal to 50. The condition is true. Okay. When the condition is true means it is going to execute once again this. Okay. So now what happens? I will show this also. Okay. I is equal to 4. Okay. And what is the sum value? Sum value is equal to 2. Next, here what happens? Once again, this I is equal to 4 is less than or equal to 50. The condition is true. Once again, it enters the while loop. Here, sum is equal to what happens? Sum is equal to sum. Sum is 2 plus what is I value? That is 4. Total sum is equal to 6. Okay, and next you are telling that I should be incremented by 2. Now our I is equal to, before the I value is 4 plus what is the 2? 2. Now your I value is equal to 6. Here what happens? Okay, your sum value is equal to 6 and I value is equal to 6. Now and once again this is end of the this brace and control goes here. It is going to check. Now your I value is equal to how much? It is 6. 6 is less than or equal to 50. Once again the condition is true. Okay, here depends on this condition what happens. These statements are going to executed. Okay, like this what happens? I value is incremented by till 50. It is incrementing according to this I showed here. Similarly, you try the next one also. Okay, in this way what happens? It is going to add the numbers. Finally, when your I value reaches, okay, finally when our I value reaches 50, what happens here? I is equal to 50 is equal to 50. Then also the condition is true. It is executing. And next, in the next step, what happens? I is equal to 52. Then the condition is false. When the condition is false means this statement is not going to execute. That means body of the loop is not going to execute. It executes the printf statement. What the value is present in the sum? Sum is added. The square, sorry, even numbers. Okay, here 2 plus 4. Next it is adding 6 plus 6, 6 plus 8. Like that all the numbers are added and the answer is stored in the sum variable. That sum is printed here. In this way what happens? This program is going to add the numbers between 1 to 50. Okay, I think all of you understood. Please try to understand, even though if you are not able to understand, no, I have explained clearly. Okay, please go through the video once again. And another one thing I want to explain you here. The same program can be changed for the any numbers. Okay, here what you have to do. So you think that I told you to add the even numbers between 1 to 100. Just you think, pause and think. Afterwards you on the video. What the only one thing we have to change here, if the same program, if I want to change for the even numbers between 1 to 100, only one thing I have to change. What is that here? Instead of 50, if you have taken the 100, then it is going to add the even numbers between 1 to 100. If I change to 500, 1 to 500. Okay, this is the very simple and easy way of adding the numbers. That is why what happens, C is a very popular language. You see just how many lines we have written only, and that even these lines also, if we want, we can suppress using the for loop statement. Okay, this also we can suppress using the for loop statement, that I will tell. Another one point here, just you try to write the another program, that is find the sum of odd numbers between 1 to 50. Okay, which program you have to write? Only little bit change here. Okay, you just write it and send in the teach me tab. Okay, and today next I will explain you about the for statement. Try to write the program and analyze it. Okay, now we will start writing the syntax of the for statement. Okay, I will write the syntax for the for statement. Let us write the syntax for the for statement. Okay, this for is nothing but what? It is another entry controlled loop statement. Okay, in the last class we studied that which statement is the entry controlled statement? While is an entry controlled statement. Okay, the for is also the another entry control loop that provide a more concise loop control structure. Okay, the general form of the for statement begins with the keyword for, for is a keyword, and next in the bracket we are going to write the initialization, initialization, initialization. After that we are writing the semicolon. Next we are writing the test condition. It is a very important, easy and popular loop statement available in the C program. Okay, so now you are learning the syntax of that for statement. Okay, what is for? Initialization, test condition, and next is the increment. Okay, increment, and close the bracket. There is no semicolon here. Remember that there is a no semicolon after this. Next is the opening brace. Here we are writing the anything you can write. You can say that it is body of the loop, or you can write the statement 1, statement 2 up to statement n, how I have written in the while and do while statement. That is body of the loop. That also you can write, and this and afterwards end of the for loop, and next is the next statement. Okay. So here you see once again the syntax is very important and very easy. So first you are going to write the for. For is a keyword. All of you know what is keyword. And in the bracket you are going to write the initialization, test condition and the increment. Close the bracket. Next opening brace, body of the loop, end brace, and afterwards we are going to write the next statement. Okay, let us see the working. Before seeing the working, I want to show you or I want to compare this with the while statement. Okay, so here just now you have written this program. So what I told, this is called the initialization. What do you mean by the initialization? While declaring the variable, if you are assigning, the assigning is nothing but what? Giving values to this variable is nothing but what? The assigning. Okay, here you see 0 is assigned to this variable and this variable is declared as a int. That is called the initialization. Okay, always we are assigning using the assignment statement. Okay, so what is my comparison means, in the while statement for each and everything we have to go for the different statements. This is here we are writing initialization, afterward test condition, afterwards increment. Okay, these all things are available in the single line in the for statement. Okay, all the things are available in the single line in the for statement. Okay, so always what happens, initialization is nothing but what? We are using the one control variable and that is assigned using the assignment statement, like I is equal to 0, count is equal to 0. Any variable you can take, there is no restriction. Okay, and usually what we are calling means the variables what we are using here, no, they are called the loop control variables. Okay, and next we are using the test condition here, which so just now we have written that is I is less than 50, no, like that you are using here. Next here we are using the increment. Increment means using the increment operator also you can use. We have written as I plus plus is called the increment operator. If you want you can decrease also. Okay, that is also possible, but usually that is not a good practice. Always we have to use the increment operator so that it is very easy. And next one is here you are using I plus plus or I is the expression also you can use. So how I have written in the previous program, that is I is equal to I plus 2, like that also you can use. Afterwards we are going to write the body of the loop and the next statement. Okay, let us see how the working of this for statement. Okay, so in the same way here what happens, first it initialization, it checks the condition. If this condition is true means it is going to execute this body of the loop. Next it is going to increment the variable, check the condition, executes. How many times it executes? Till this test condition is false. When this test condition is false means it comes to the next statement. Okay, let us write the same program. Just now what you have written, that is which program we have written now? Just now we have written the program. I will take the next page. So first I will tell you the example. Afterwards I will go to here so that it is very easy for the comparison. I will tell the example. Just now we have written no, that which one? The program for the even numbers. Okay, here you see I will tell you for the same program, just you change int I is equal to 0. If you want you can declare before also I is equal to 0. And what is our test condition? Test condition is I is less than or equal to 50 if I am adding the even numbers. And what is my increment? I is equal to I plus 2. You see here everything is written in the single. And here what I am writing here? Only I am going to write the add, that is S is equal to s plus I. Only this much you have to write and close. And afterwards here I am going to write the printf statement. Printf percentage %d and the yes. If you want, you can take the sum also. So here you see for is a keyword. Okay, the same program we are writing using the for statement. For is a keyword. Int is nothing but initialization. Okay, just for the comparison only I have written here initialization. After that semicolon. Next what is the test condition is I is less than or equal to 50 and the increment. Usually you should take the increment only because it is in the syntax. And remember that there is no semicolon here. Please don't put the semicolon. What happens if you put the semicolon here? Just think of it. Okay. So whenever I am saying don't put the semicolon, what happens? You just think. Okay. And here you see opening brace, and inside the flower bracket I am writing s is equal to s plus I. Okay. And after this I am writing the printf statement. Why I have to write after this? What happens when you have written here? Okay, you will see now. Okay, here you have written I is equal to 0 and first it tests the condition. If this test condition is true means it is going to execute this statement. Here what happens? You have initially you have written as s is equal to 0. Here it is s is equal to 0 plus I, that is 0 plus 0. After this end of the brace, it checks the condition. Now our I is equal to 2. When I is equal to 2, here once again it checks the condition. 2 is less than or equal to 50. The condition is true. When the condition is true, once again it executes this. S is equal to, what happens? S is 0 plus I is 2. Now your sum is equal to 2. Next, I is incremented. Before that your I is equal to how much? 2. 2 plus 2 is equal to, this sum is for I is equal to 0 and this is for I is equal to 2. And next what happens? I is incremented. I is equal to 3. When I is equal to 3, what happens? It checks the condition. Sorry, I is equal to not 2, it is 4, no? Okay, 4 is less than or equal to 50. The condition is true. Here s is equal to, sum is 2 plus 4, that is equal to 6. Okay, now your sum is equal to, similarly what happens? I is incremented how many times? 50 times. When your I is less than or equal to 50, then the condition is false. When the condition is false means your control goes to the next statement which is available in the program. Now what is our interest? I want to print the sum, so it is going to print the sum of the even numbers between 1 to 50. Okay, and here what I told. So why I am taking here after this brace? Because otherwise what happens, this if I have taken here, for each and every time the print and the sum is going to print here like 2, 4, 6. It may be because our main aim of the program is to find the sum of the even numbers, not for each and every number. Correct? So that is why what happens, I have to take this after this brace. Only one time I have to print the sum, not again and again. So for that type of the application, if you want to print each and every time, here you are going, if you want, you can take the print statement. Okay, please try to write the odd numbers and the square numbers programs. Okay, we will meet in the next video.